iglesianicristo and religious terms, and many more. User maintainable favorites category, fast search and voice search, all features are available offline. And since these sign language applications contain phrases concerning the Iglesia ni Cristo and religious terms, we can use these apps in inviting more deaf fellow men to learn the basic doctrines being taught inside the church. For more information, please visit www.iglesianicristo.net, www.facebook.com/Christian Family Organizations, www.facebook.com Christian Society for the Deaf. Thank you for your support.
INCRadio because I get to meet brethren all around the world.
Io amo INCRadio perché è molto interessante e mi incoraggia di più a partecipare ed essere più uniti attraverso le attività approvate dall'amministrazione.
Ja lubię INCRadio, потому что оно информативно и увлекательно.
Amo INCRadio perché oltre al fatto che incontri nuovi amici e fratelli dentro la Chiesa di Cristo, mi aiuta anche a tirare fuori le mie potenzialità che non sapevo di avere.
Inhom il INCRadio, ashti sperani u amiltni il giornata ferhana.
Hello, Team Live Chat! We love hearing from you, but we want to know, where are you tuning in from?
Have you heard about our hashtag challenge?
That's right! Don't forget to hashtag your local congregation in the comments down below.
Not only that, hashtag your CFO too.
And at the end of the show, find out who won our hashtag challenge.
Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Half a day and welcome everyone.
You are listening to Iglesia ni Cristo Radio, the voice of truth.
Wherever you are tuning in from, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. If you are new to our broadcast, I'm Sister Anne from the local congregation of Saipan, and the time is currently 10:04 p.m. Chamorro Standard Time, and we are so excited to introduce to you the topic for tonight. But I want to first introduce our crew members for the evening, starting with the sister sitting right next to me. Sister Faye, can you please introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone tuning in. I am Sister Faye, one of the multimedia officers who will be helping in the various segments of this broadcast. Now we want to introduce our other crew members here in the island of Saipan. Let's go to Brother Husky. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, hello and greetings to everyone. My name is Brother Husky from the local island of Saipan. And yes, it's a wonderful night and it's a good time because it is a starting break for colleges in the Northern Marianas Island.
Thank you, Brother Husky, for that introduction. We also have our YouTube engager for the evening, starting with Sister Bam.
Hello everyone, my name is Sister Bam Bam from the locale of Saipan, and I will be one of your YouTube engagers tonight.
Yes, thank you, Sister Bam. Now let's also introduce more crew members from an island across from us. Let's have the crew members in Guam introduce themselves. Let's first go with Brother Michael.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our listeners and viewers. My name again is Brother Michael De Jesus, and from the locale of Guam, also a district multimedia officer.
Yes, thank you, Brother Michael. And last but not the least, we have our last crew member, Sister Randy.
Thank you, Ate Ann. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who is tuning in to INC Radio Micronesia. My name is Sister Randy from the local congregation of Machanao, and I am also here as one of the guests and correspondents in our broadcast tonight.
Thank you, Sister Randy, and to all of our crew members for the introductions. Now we want to present to you all the topic for tonight, which is Sparking Your Initiative, a very unique topic where we will discuss the awareness and importance of taking initiative in different aspects of our lives. So we hope you're all looking forward to this discussion for the topic tonight, and we want to move on to our YouTube chat plug with Sister Bam.
First time tuning into INC Radio Micronesia, this is how you can support us. So you can support us by chatting in the live chat as well as hashtagging your local congregation. To move on, our first engagement question for tonight, we have, would you run an obstacle course or run a 5K mile?
Yes, thank you, Sister Bam, for that first YouTube engagement question. Now, before we move on, I first want to ask the different perspectives from our crew members because I know we all think of this question differently. Would you run an obstacle course or a 5K? I'm going to first ask our YouTube engager, Sister Bam Bam. Which one would you rather do from the two choices?
Me personally, Ate, I would run a 5K mile because I would just be running straight. But if I did obstacle course, I would have to do other activities while trying to keep up with the speed. So running straight would be so much more easier than doing other obstacles. How about you, Ate Ann?
For me personally, I feel like I run regularly. Like it's a part of my daily routine because I think running it gives us a lot of skills and strengths that we're not really aware of. And I think one of those strengths is endurance, and I feel like that's something that we can take not only in our physical health but also in other aspects of our lives as well. So for me, I think running, but I know that our other crew members might have a different perspective from me and Sister Bam. So I want to ask Brother Husky, would you rather do run a 5K or an obstacle course?
For me, I would like to do an obstacle course because it has a multitude of different activities. And for a personal reason, I did an obstacle course in the past, which was in the airport road area, where they set up different kinds of activities to do with a bunch of families. And I was able to interact with many friends and good family members.
Oh, that's really nice, Brother Husky. I think so. As we can see, we have really different perspectives on this, and I think it depends on which skills you guys want to enhance for yourself. So, thank you guys for sharing your insights on that first engagement question. If everyone tuning in would like to chime into this discussion, please feel free to share your comments below. Okay. Now, moving on, we want to discuss our topic tonight with our first question, which is, in your own words, how would you explain the word initiative? And I want to first start out with Sister Faye, who's sitting right next to me, because I know she takes hold in a lot of responsibilities inside the church with her duties. So, Sister Faye, how would you answer this question?
I think the simplest definition would probably be acting instead of reacting. So basically, one who has initiative, they would take the action to do something without being told. If one would be reacting, they're kind of just standing there, just waiting for someone to give them instruction. But when one practices initiative, they have that self discipline, that motivation to keep going, to finding how they can help in any way. And this is something we always share with our friends. This is something that we want to always improve on each and every day.
Yes, I completely agree with Sister Faye because I know we talk about this sometimes, like especially for those who are leaders or who want to be leaders, it's important to take initiative, especially when life doesn't always go our way. So I think it's a vital aspect for us to take action right away and also know how to adjust without being told to do so. So thank you, Sister Faye, for defining this term for us today. Now that we know the whole concept of taking initiative, I want to know from our crew members um, what is an example or a way that one shows that they're taking initiative. So I want to ask Brother Michael because I know as the director of the Multimedia Bureau, you are not foreign to this concept. So can you please give us some examples that you see, and even if you have your own experiences, if you can share it with us?
Yes, it's been in my experiences too. One would be offering to help when no one asks. So there's times when you see some that they're doing stuff on their own, but you get the feels that when they actually do need help, you can offer it to them. Uh, Taking that initiative can really build the connection, build the relationship to. It could be in a work setting, it could be within your household, or it could be at school with your classmates as well. That's one way. And then another example I could say, uh, let's say that you see kind of like a problem that's gonna or that might happen, resolving that problem before it gets to even a problem, you can take initiatives like that as well. um, like a very simple one, uh, from home, right? uh, for here us we have like we do like big jugs of water bottles, right? That's how we get our water bottles. So you see that you're at the last empty water bottle, would you just like stay there and just watch it, like stay there and be empty, or would you take the initiative to, going to the store, refilling it yourselves if you're capable to, right? That's one simple thing that could be done at the house as well. What about you, Sister Randy? Would you have any examples, or even Brother Husky? What examples can you take on?
I think some ideas of showing initiative is being able to lead a group and being able to know what to do when times are challenging. And you know that being a leader, but you also you're not alone. You always have moral support, and you always have other people there to help you and guide you whenever the leader is having trouble. So it's a more of like a supportive group kind of idea where we help each other out.
Yes, thank you,
What
Brother
about you,
Husky. Sorry,
Sister
we had
Anne? Okay. Go ahead, Sister Anne. Go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry, sorry, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but I agree with Brother Michael and Brother Husky. Like I mentioned earlier in our discussion, I think one who practices this is quick to take action, and this not only goes for circumstances where there are certain things that are out of our control, but it can also be used when working professionally, like preparing for job interviews ahead of time. This can surely help you land the job or even just make a good first impression to your future employers. So I think
Oh,
these
Sister
are
Anne.
some.
Sister Anne. Good thing you mentioned about them, like in the job offer. So I thought of something too, because I remember about 2 years ago I did an interview to the place that I'm currently working at this time. Um, you're at the interview, stage process, and you don't know what really is going on within your employer, right? So, what would you do to really want to know what you'll be doing?
For me, I feel like I would do a lot of research. One thing that my sister actually taught me, because she's really good at interviews, well, in my opinion, she always does research of the company that she's going to work for. So that helps her prepare. And she even mentions things about the history of that company that kind of shocks the employer. Like, oh, I actually didn't know that information. Also, like, I think that's something that shows that the as a future employee that you value the company and their values and what they stand for. So I think that's something that is important to prepare for, especially before a job interview.
Yeah, and you kind of show that you have initiative to kind of go out of what is expected to, yeah, to know more about that company. So that's the way we can practice taking initiative. And also one thing also that when I was researching earlier, another definition that describes initiative would be with someone who keeps going even though things get tough. So I think that's something important too.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's something that the employers will really look for, because then they're like, oh, this person knows how to take action. So that's someone that they want to hire for sure for the job. So thank you, Sister Faye. And also thank you, Brother Michael, for asking that question. I feel like these are examples that can benefit anyone in like multiple aspects of their lives. Not only work, but also if you're a student, you can also use this in school. So
or even at home. Right?
Yeah, even at home, yeah. But although these may give us all benefits, sometimes there are people who are hesitant to take initiative. So I want to ask Brother Husky, what would be some reasons why one doesn't take initiative, although it may help them excel in what they do?
For me, words pop into my mind saying that whenever someone is not taking the initiative, sometimes they might feel maybe overwhelmed or have anxiety or fear for an idea that they can't be able to pass through. But that is what life is for. It's a rough path, but it's a rough road. But in the end, if you're successful, it's the most rewarding feeling ever.
Yes, that's true, Brother Husky. I think for a lot of people, they can relate to this because taking initiative, we know that's not the easiest thing to do. It's actually really hard, and it could even be nerve wracking at times. And so this can be either because of our lack of confidence or even a lack of motivation, like within ourselves, that makes us hesitant in fulfilling certain tasks. I want to go more into depth with this question. Um, uh, for me, I have my own experience. I know that even it's for our duties that we are fulfilling right now for INC Radio. I remember when I was first asked to join INC Radio, I was so hesitant because I was like, I'm not good at conversation. I get so nervous when I have to talk. I'm like, I don't think I could do this. Like, I wanted if I was to answer it for myself, I would say no. But I know deep down inside, I was like, if someone is asking me, it's a calling from God, and then I just have to trust that He will take care and provide the skills that I know I'm lacking for myself. So that's why I'm happy that now I have my office here in IC Radio, because it truly shows that we cannot do anything without the help of our Almighty God, and that's proven through all of us are officers for INC Radio. So we know that this is not the easiest task, but because we trust and we took the initiative, that despite knowing ourselves, God knows us better and what we're capable of. So I think that's my example.
Yes, I would also like to share my experience too.
Goodness for that.
Yes, this I can relate to this question also because I have a goal to becoming a special education teacher, and that goal right now I'm on a initiative blog right now. I haven't taken the initiative yet, but in order to become a special education teacher, there's a test that you must take called the Praxis 2, and the idea of having a test with many questions involving the laws and stuff is quite challenging, but I am on my way to take the initiative to take that test, actually.
Yes, that's a good example,
We're
Brother
cheering
Husky.
for you, Brother
Yes,
Husky.
you got it. But I think also, Sister Faye, you had an example that you want to share. When was a time that you felt like experienced this kind of hesitant to be take initiative in your own life?
I think my experience would also be the same with yours. Um, like it like public speaking does get really like nerve wracking. But like what you said, if we always trust in what the plans are for us, I know everything will go well. And look where it's gotten us now. There are many more officers, many more of the youth members who are helping in this island of Saipan now. We're able to help our district in such a great endeavor.
Yes, thank you for that, Sister Faye. I think I'm also agreeing with your views on that because a lot of the officers feel that they never saw themselves like speaking in public. So I think that's something that we can all really connect with. So now that we've covered the reasons why some of us may be holding back and taking initiatives or taking action, I want to ask Sister Randy, what are some tips or advice on how you can encourage one to take initiative?
I think you should demonstrate initiative in your own actions and decisions, because I think when it's like a mirror or a reflection, right? When others see you taking proactive steps in taking these different opportunities or taking initiative, they're more than likely to feel inspired and have that willingness to do the same. And I think you should also ask them what are their strengths and weaknesses, right? And you can in some way help them. So for example, maybe they have weaknesses in something that you have strengths in, so you can kind of help each other out with that. Or like they can have strengths in something that you have weaknesses in, so you can help each other in that way. And you encourage each other for to take initiative in different things. And I think it's also important that you create like a safe space. You want to have that, you want to encourage them to have that willingness to try new things, and to also just like what Brother Husky mentioned earlier, there's people who they're afraid to take initiative because of failure and things like that. And you want to create that safe space so that they are aware that failure is a natural part in the learning process. And you want to encourage that value, I guess, that where mistakes are viewed as opportunities for growth and learning rather than reasons of criticism, right? So I think that's some tips or advice that we can kind of give to each other when taking initiative. Like what about you at the end? We might have different advices on this.
No, I agree with everything that you said because you said it perfectly. I feel like um, when people see, like we talked about this in our previous topics, whatever you do is contagious. Like it will mirror to people who are inspired by you, especially if you are a leader in the church, and when you're, especially dealing with the youth also. So it's good that we start them young. That we shouldn't be afraid. Sister Faye, do you want to add something to what I was going to say?
Yeah, so maybe to add on to what you're saying, right? Starting off when we're young, and also adding to what Sister Randy was saying, where we help each other. Um, maybe we didn't notice, like when we're already young, we're already being trained by our parents who are helping us to learn how to have initiative, right? It's when they ask us to do chores. And the more that we learn this, we actually are practicing initiative when we start to do the chores before they tell us to do so, or we do our homework before them telling us to do so. We just do it automatically because we know it's the right thing to do. And so I think that's important, like ever since we're young, that we already understand that, and that we embrace it and accept it. And we're always grateful for it, for our parents to teach us that. Because one thing our parents also teach us is that with initiative, it does come with like having diligence, and being diligent actually helps us be more successful in the future.
Yes. I want to thank Sister Faye and Sister Mandy for that advice, because you can really take this with you out of this broadcast. So I want to thank you guys for that advice. And also want to mention, like what was mentioned by Sister Faye, if any of you already attended our weekend worship service, we learned that taking initiative goes hand in hand with being diligent. And we know that those who are diligent, they always become successful and in life. So I think that's something that we can encourage each other to be like, and we can also practice our mindsets to be like that in our own lives. So I think that's something that is really important. Thank you again, Sister Randy, for your advice. We want to move on to our
And
last.
actually, I just wanted to like add on to that when Atafe was mentioning how, we're already learning initiative from our parents, and I think that also ties into when your parents first ask you, like as you're still CWS, when they first ask you or encourage you to join an office, right? Because I remember my first office was the CWS choir, right? And I remember that I was so shy even before that, and I remember that, even in in CWS itself, I was really shy. And then, now I've improved. Now I'm a CWS teacher. I Before, I never saw myself, speaking in front of others, because I didn't think of myself as a public speaker. I told myself like, oh, I'm more of like a listener. I don't mind listening to like others, but well, here's all of us now on radio speaking, doing public speaking, and also as some of us are CWS teachers like myself and Atife, we are public speakers, and we took that initiative to kind of lead by example, right? We lead the younger children of the church. So we used to be like them. So now we are the ones who are leading them in taking that initiative as well.
Yes, I agree with you, Sister Mandy. I love how you said that, because it's definitely something that we grow through. We grow into it. It's not something that is the easiest thing. So, and also, since a lot of you guys are teachers, it's good that the children will see that and they'll be inspired by that and be like, "Oh, I want to be a teacher like Ate Randy." It's something that we really want to mirror in ourselves, so that the kids can also grow up to be just like that. So now moving on to our last question for our discussion, which connects to all of our ideas together on why it is so vital and important to show initiative. So for this last question, I want to ask our youngest crew member why they feel that this is an important trait to possess. And I know that Sister Bam is the youngest one from all of us. I want to get her insights on, as a young member, why do you think it's so important to have this trait?
I think it's important, going back on Kuya Mike's example about the water bottle. If nobody takes initiative, nothing is gonna happen, right? So, for example, Ate and Ate Faye, with the Kadiwa and Binhi here on this island, if they didn't have the initiative to reach out to us or like to help us get active, I don't think any of us would have the offices that we have. And so it really makes a big impact, because since now we all know that they might leave us pretty soon, we can grow and be somewhat close to what they are and follow their footsteps.
Oh, I'm gonna
so that
cry. Oh no, Sister Bam's gonna make us cry on this on this broadcast.
But what I was saying is that once we're put on the spot, and we're like, when we're soon gonna be the older kids being the examples to the younger kids, we can show them what it's really like to be true Christians, because we had good examples. We had good authors and good kuyas who took the initiative to reach out and to help us be more active and have a greater faith. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Sister Bam. That was a perfect answer. But thank you for sharing that, because it really does make us feel good that we were able to inspire you guys, as well as the other artists and queers who are connected here in this broadcast. I think it's also important because it shows how one person carries themselves. So no matter how young or old you are, it shows what you value, and no matter how scary it can be to take initiative, when it truly is in one's heart to fulfill something, they will do whatever they can to take charge or in taking action, even if that makes it it has to be that they have to overcome their fear. So I think most of all, being diligent and taking initiative can really help us in the performances of our duties, which is the most important thing. So I want to thank all of our crew members for sharing their inspiring ideas that I know all of us will be able to take with us home as well. This was actually a really, really good conversation. So I'm glad we were all be able to share our own experiences. Now we want to see what's been going on in the YouTube comments with Sister Bam. Hello, Sister Bam.
Sorry, what happened?
Can you read the YouTube comments? If there are any.
Diving into our YouTube comments, we have Brother Julius saying, "Hello, Micronesia brethren. Enjoy our show. Welcome our district minister, Brother Joven Sapilio Jr. and his family, as well as answering our question. Initiative shows confidence in oneself and in the Lord. Great job, brethren." Thank you, Polka Julius. We have Sister Erin saying, "Good evening, brethren. Have a good show po. Hashtag Garapan, hashtag Tinian, hashtag Bukloan," as well as Brother Edward de la Cruz. We would like to greet our district minister, Brother Joven Sapilio, together with his wife and his kids. A very warm welcome to our district po. And then we have Sister Clifford Leomo saying, "Hello everyone from the locale of Manilao, hashtag Manilao, hashtag CWS, hashtag Kadiwa," as well as Sister Jade Pasha saying, "Good evening everyone, hashtag Saipan, hashtag CWS." We have Sister Gwyneth Yumo saying, "Hello po, hashtag Saipan, hashtag choir, hashtag CWS." We also have Sister Krisha saying, "For me, I think initiative or taking initiative is compassion or passion." I agree a lot with you, Ate Krisha. We also have Brother Belmer Joe Balancing. "Greetings po from Cor Palau and hashtag Kadiwa." And on to our second engagement question. We have, name one thing you're doing to be a better person.
Thank you, Sister Bam, for sharing with us the next engagement question for this broadcast. Now let's see what our district has been up to in our CFO in action. By playing sports. Sorry, but we're having a bit of technical difficulty. But for this week, we had a CFO day where the brethren were able to amplify their faith by playing sports and bonding with one another. So we hope everyone was able to enjoy that activity. So now let's see what's next in Micronesia's lineup. We have a CFO special gathering tomorrow, Sunday at 7:30 p.m. So we are all looking forward to these activities for this week. We now want to move on to our next part of our broadcast, which is language time with Brother Husky.
Yay!
Language
Language
time.
time. That's right, it's language time. And we're going to learn some very important, simple words in Chamorro. And let's learn some words in Chamorro where we can learn new things. Isn't that right, Sister Anne?
Yes, I'm ready to learn new Chamorro words.
Our first word is school. So we can have a school up on the board. And what it means is escuela. That's right. And the second word is work. And for work, it is empleo. So I know that work is important for everybody here. And the next word is parents, which is mañana.
Mañana.
That's right. And the last one, and that I'm familiar with, I think everybody in the Marianas is familiar with, is friends, in which is abok or chelu.
Chalu, yes. I hear chalu a lot on the island. So
That's
that's a
right.
very yes.
And those are the five simple words that we're learning today. I mean, four simple words, my bad. Four simple
Yes, thank
words
you,
in
brother.
tomorrow.
Yes, thank you, Brother Husky, for sharing with us a few of those Chomar words that we can actually use in our everyday life. Now we want to see what's been going on in our YouTube comments with Sister Bam.
Okay, going into our YouTube comments, we have Sister Michelle Malapan saying, "Good evening to Oppo hashtag Saipan," as well as another Michelle Giang from the local of Saipan hashtag Igarapan. I'm sorry. We have Leo Cristobal saying hashtag Bookload, hashtag San Jose, as well as Brother Ethan Federizo saying hashtag Cobblerville. We also have Sister Jade Pasha answering a question from before saying, "Showing initiative can help bring us all to become better people and to have better impact and support to each other and every one of us. Having initiative can bring us all to lead and guide others." I very much agree with you, sister. And then we have Sister Eileen Kurlancha saying, hashtag Jigo, hashtag Kurpalau, hashtag Baglud. And we have Ka Jodo de la Pena saying, Garapan, hashtag Garapan, LOS, and officers. Back to you, Sister Anne.
Thank you, Sister Bam, for those YouTube comments from all the brethren. We're happy to see that everyone is enjoying this broadcast tonight. Before we move on to the next part of our broadcast, Kuitek, what time is it? Thank you, Kuya Tech. Now it is time to get you all pumped and energized with a quick game time. The game for the evening is called the listening game. So we will have the crew members name as many group activities as possible within 30 seconds only. And since we're still short on time, we can do it maybe one by one. So who wants to be the first crew member to name as many activities within 30 seconds? If you don't volunteer, I will call on you.
I guess I will be a volunteer.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Husky. Okay, I'm gonna set a timer, and then just name as many church activities as you can. Okay.
All right.
So when I say start, the timer is starting. Okay, ready? I think 30 seconds for the first one. Okay, ready, Husky, and go.
We have Unity Games, we have Evangelical Mission, we have Bible Study, we have the Musical Festival event, we have the Iron Cinema, we have cooking tournament, we had a esports game tournament, but we'll have that again one someday. We had a CFO day, we had, let's see what else. I'm very far. Oh no! Ah! The timer.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I counted right, but I think I counted 9. Did anyone else count 9, or is it 8?
I think it
9.
might.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Um, who wants to try to beat the score of Brother Husky with 9 points? It's either Sister Bam or Brother Michael. Who would like to volunteer for this game?
Okay, I
Hmm.
guess I'll try it out.
Okay. Okay. Brother Michael, let's see if you can beat Brother
Yay!
Husky. Okay.
Brother
So
Husky, no mercy, man. You got
yeah,
like most of it.
9 is tough to beat. So we're gonna see if Brother Michael can beat Brother Husky. Okay. Okay. Timer starts now.
Okay, we got AT Humanity, we have INC Giving, we have Bible studies, we have uh, basketball tournaments, we got volleyball tournaments. Uh, what else? What else? Badminton. We do those. I'm just naming the sports.
Go for it.
Choir practices. We have choir
Choir
practices.
practice.
We have general meetings. We have meetings in the Kadiwa. Lord, Tiffany.
Good job. Wait, was that 9 also or 10? I wasn't sure. I think it's a tie between, but there was
The
a lot of
tie.
sports. There's a
Ooh.
lot of sports in there.
Does that count as one?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's a whole Unity Games. Um, uh, does anybody? I think one of the girls. We'll choose one of the girls to compete against the guys since they did tie. So either Sister Bam or Sister Faye. Who wants to go against the two brothers? Sister Bam? She's pointing to herself. Okay, okay. Sister Bam, would you like to try it? After you, we'll try Sister Faye, okay? So that everybody gets a
Okay.
chance.
See as
Okay.
much as you can so I can also get ideas.
Yes.
I'm kind
Okay.
of stressed out because the timer is it's so
It's very
fast.
nerve wracking. It's okay. Don't look at the timer. Just look away from the timer and name as many as you can, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I'll tell you when the timer starts. It starts right now.
We have musical EVM, we have regular EVM, we have CFO Day, Unity Game, um, um, we have a basketball workshop, we have badminton workshop, um, we have the DMM workshop, um, we have Binhi meetings, booklet meetings, Kadiwa meetings, baptism, oath taking.
Okay, timer's done.
Yeah.
Yay!
Did she beat
Wow.
us?
Sister Bam, you beat the boys. I think
Oh,
you got 12, around 12 or 11. 12.
12.
Yes. Or okay, maybe it was 11, but you still beat them, so it's okay. Okay.
The rest
Good
will get them
Yes.
job, everybody.
Good
back next.
job. Now we have Sister Faye, who will go against the three of you. Let's see if she can break the record.
I thought I was saved.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. INC giving, band together. CFO day, special gathering, oath taking, a bowling competition, um, color league, unit E games, arts and crafts activity, kite making, um, pasta jewelry making. Did I? I think Sister Bam Bam beat me still.
Yeah, I think she got the most. Okay, the youngest one got the most. So good job, Sister Bam. You won this game.
Yay.
Good job, Sister Bam, for winning this game. And also, thank you to all of our crew members for participating. We hope everyone all enjoyed that quick game to get you all up and awake. Now, we want to actually ask Sister Bam to read more YouTube questions if we have any. Can you please check if we have any in our YouTube chat?
Actually, at the end, I will just help Sister Bam Bam with that here in reading more YouTube comments. We had so many comments that were joining us actually in our discussion earlier. We have one more comment from our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malaban, and he says, a great example of initiative is the messenger who took the initiative begin the work of the Lord. And then we also have Brother Ronald Carlos from the locale of Mangilao, and he says happy listening po from Mangilao, and also his wife, Sister Jennifer Carlos, and she says good evening po from Mangilao. And we have so many more comments that I just want to read here. We have Sister Ray Ann Abayon, and she says encourage one to have initiative. Encouraging one to have initiative is to think never have regrets, so that when you look back you can say it to yourself, I did it, I tried it, I will not regret it. Always have that leap of faith. And she also includes, even if we are scared that we may not make it, always remember God makes miracles. We just need to pray wholeheartedly and ask whatever his answer may be. We wouldn't be less, but gain more. Thank you, Ate Rayan, for sharing your answer. That's very inspiring for myself also, and I'm sure for all of us here in the Hangouts. And we have Sister Jillian, and she says, you can encourage someone to take initiative by leading by example. They will feel inspired to do the same. So, just like what we discussed earlier, right, about the reflection or the mirroring. And actually, Sister Gwyneth also says the same, or it's similar. And she says, some ways to encourage one to take initiative is to lead and be an example to them. It also helps if you guide them in taking initiative, for they'll only learn when taught and guided, which is what we mentioned earlier, right? In taking the lead or leading by example. And Sister Jade Pasha, she says, I agree with everyone's answer so far. Taking initiative may be risky, but with the help of our Almighty God, we can always take initiative and help others as well. And she hashtags the locale of Saipan and hashtags the CWS organization. And then we also have so many comments who are actually answering the first YouTube engagement question about the would you do an obstacle course or a 5K? And Sister Quifer Leomo, she says, I would rather do an obstacle course because it's more fun and more challenging. And I agree. I think I would also do an obstacle course, only because you can do more in an obstacle course rather than just running a straight line, right? But Sister Jillian, she actually says the opposite, and she says, I would rather choose to do a 5K run because I love running. So again, to each their own, right? So for me, I would personally choose the obstacle course. And we have so many of our YouTube live chatters who are hashtagging their locale, and thank you so much to everyone who was joining us in our discussion throughout the broadcast, and as well as answering the YouTube engagement questions and joining us in our game time. But now, at the end, if you allow me, let's just now go and give the shout outs. And we'll start with Ate Faye.
Okay, po, for my shout outs, I just want to say once again, hi po to Kamanel Denogan and Sister Fed Denogan. Hello po to my parents. And to, once again, the entire district, ecclesiastical district of Micronesia, and our crew members here. You've all been amazing today.
Thank you, Ate Faye. And, I just want to throw a shout out in there from Sister Erin Villegas. And she says, congratulations to our future nurses, Sister Liana, Sister Athena, and Sister Faye. And she says, happy graduation week. Hashtag your
Yay!
and hashtag Bukulod. Congrats, Ate Faye, our future nurse, and also to
Thank you.
all of our future nurses, and also advanced congratulations to all of our graduates in the class of 2024. I'm also very familiar with many of our graduates this year, just like Sister Jamie, Sister Sarah, and Sister Casey. We have many graduates this year, so congrats to everyone who is graduating in the class of 2024. And now we will go to Brother Michael. Did you have any shout outs that you wanted to give?
Yes, shout outs again to our INT radio crew. Congrats to Sister Anne for her first her first time leading and hosting for today's broadcast. Shout outs to my family as well, to the entire district as well, and warm greetings to our new district minister as well, Joven. Welcome po to the District of Micronesia.
Thank you, Brother Michael. And now, Sister Bam Bam, do you have any shout outs you would like to give as well?
I'd like to give a shout out to my mom and dad, for always supporting me, as well as our new district minister, Ka Joven, and his wife, Ka Melody, and also their three lovely children. Welcome to Micronesia po. And lastly, to all the brethren in Micronesia who are always here to support us. Thank you po.
Thank you, Sister Bam Bam. And now, at the end, did you have any shout outs as well? Oh, I think at the end you're muted at the moment. So before we go to you, we'll go to Brother Husky. Brother Husky, do you have any shout outs you wanted to give?
I would like to shout out the members in Guam. Thank you for the INC crew there. And the members here in Saipan. And if you know me, you could write in the comments saying, Brother Husky, the voice of radio. And down below in the comment section. But other than that, hello to everybody.
Thank you, Brother Husky. Yes, you are truly the voice of radio. I was gonna try to imitate it, but I don't think I can, because you have a one of a kind voice. But at the end, are you ready now to give your shout outs? Oh, I think you're still muted at the end. But if you have any shout outs, we'll just include those with at the phase zone, if that's okay. But now we will go to the next part of our broadcast. Brother Husky, if you would like to lead us to that part.
Yes, and now we go on to our local hashtag winners. And it seems we have two from last week, which is Garapan and Saipan. Yay! And if you want to win for this week, you just have to represent your locale down below in the comment section. And now for our most supportive, if coming from the local congregation of Garapan, it's Sister Michelle Guian. Yay! Very wonderful.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Brother Husky. And also congratulations to all of our winners for the week. We would like to invite everyone to the next week's broadcast on May 18, 2024 at 10 p.m. tomorrow Standard Time. We're excited to see you all again next week. Now let's move on to our end of the show greetings and thank yous. We would like to extend our greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Subsea President, CEO, and CFO Coordinator, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, and Brother Husky, please mention our other greetings for the evening.
Yes, and we will never forget to thank you and welcome po to our District Minister, Brother Joven Sapilio Jr. Welcome po. And our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan, our CFO Overseer, Brother Daniel Jeffrey Munar, and our crew members from Saipan, Sisters Anne, Bam, Faye, Jillian, and Gwen. And for the brothers, Brother Matt, Brother RY, and Red, and also from our crew members all the way from Guam, Sister Arlene, Randy, Avi, and Maria. And for the brothers, Randy, Michael, and Sean.
Thank you, Brother Husky.
Oh, and one more. Don't forget our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya.
Yes, thank you, Brother Husky, for those shoutouts. We hope that you all are doing well po and taking care. We want to thank everyone for always supporting our activities, and we hope you all were able to enjoy our broadcast for the evening. It is now time for us to wrap up our broadcast, so we want to say good night, Micronesia, and up next is Washington, D.C. Satellite Studio. Good night po. Good night po.
Here to hear, folks. Good night. Bye-bye.